Guys, welcome back to the Brute Strength Podcast. Last episode, we had Coach Jeff doing a little behind the coach, and now it's Amber Leonard's turn. And you'll know her from a whole bunch of videos for Brute for camps, especially with Coach L, as she has grown that sweet baby angel up to the big boy he is today in her gym, Go CrossFit. And is it Baton Rouge, do we say BR?
Yeah, Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
That's right. All right, cool. Welcome to the show, dude.
Hey, how's it going?
That's not your
Happy to
first
be
or
here.
second rodeo. A lady said that to me in the gym the other day. She said, "It ain't my first rodeo, but I'm an old cow."
Okay, I like that.
I said, "I will steal that."
Yeah, no, that's good.
I'm a one-liner guy. But yeah, dude, how's the week going? It's Wednesday. Affiliate owner, mom, guitar lessons. How we running?
Wednesday's good. Yes, I just left my guitar lessons. That was eventful. And as far as things go as the affiliate owner, planning for the open starts today. So I'm meeting with my team later to figure out what we're going to do on these Fridays, themes, all that, how we're going to get people involved, the whole nine. So that's the plan.
No, I love that. They, we talked last time a little bit about like Go CrossFit and all that stuff. And so getting around the open and all those things and talking all things coaching, man, how did you get to being like on staff with Brute? Like, what's that road look like leading here?
It was kind of an organic experience. So I've worked with Elle since 2013. We were co-coaches, and I've always kind of been the manager of Go even before I owned it. And I don't know, we've just kind of grown up together. So we've managed to stay in each other's lives, we've gotten really close. And what I love about me and Elle is we're always pushing each other in some way. We're very different people, very different personality types, but right. I'm a dreamer. I'm Miss Optimistic, like, let's go, anything's possible. And he's more of a realist, if you know Elle. But we've always managed to like really push each other. And as I've stepped into this newer role as sole owner of Go, he's kind of been just like my right-hand man. He's been very dependable. So even though he's not owner, he treats it like he does. And that kind of camaraderie and like relationship, I started asking more questions about programming. I'm a very curious person. I was just always very curious about it, what he was doing. And somehow I weaseled my way in there and he started mentoring me. And I just started programming for people. And we did that for about a year. And then he was like, hey, like pushing me out of the nest, and was like, it's time for you to start taking on people. And then I think Brute was in like a transitional moment. And they were looking for someone to help out with more of the template side. And I program similar to Elle because he mentored me. And Matt thought I'd be a good fit for Brute Pro. So really, that's kind of where I started, was with the Brute Pro template. And then now I'm starting to take one-on-one clients and work that angle as well.
That's awesome. So you kind of ran the whole gambit, right? You've been in the affiliate and kind of, I feel like everybody gets to ownership through like playing all the roles, right? You kind of run the bases as I was a member. Now I coach a few classes. Well, now I'm going to buy in, and now I'm kicking everybody out so I can do everything my way. And I told you before we got started, I have poked around a little and found pictures of baby Elle. So I'll be texting those to you in a smart ass way when you sass me, Elle. But they, dude, seeing it's visible growth, right? Like I think I found one where people were doing clean and jerks on bare floors, right?
Yes, that was our last location.
Yeah, and so the way I know Go is this elaborate, sexy, well-branded, very BR, very Louisiana. We talked about like how much Mardi Gras is better than the Open, one of the episodes we did. But yeah, dude, that growth going from affiliate to wanting to do competitive athletes. I want to see like kind of what the scope is. Like, what's your favorite parts of both? 'Cause I know there's a lot of good stories in Go, and then as you get into this, especially as the seasons change, like, what are the bright spots that kind of fill the cup for you, whether it's in-house or through remote coaching?
So the bright spots in terms of affiliate owner is I feel like I'm playing like a critical role in people's lives. And I take it very serious. I don't just look at this business. I look at it very little like a business and more of, a culture, a community, and it's something I'm trying to cultivate. So I look at every member whenever they walk through the doors as an opportunity. Like I tell the coaches all the time, like the things that you're saying and doing, um, on a daily basis can greatly change the trajectory of someone's life. Like you have a lot of power in your hand, and how you use it really matters. So I'm a very passionate, very inspired person. And I feel like being in this role has only elevated my life. So from the affiliate side, it's like, yeah, we work out. I want to get people results, but we focus on the mental side of it, like really like cultivating, like, what does it mean to be a good person? What does it mean to be a healthy person? And we try to teach people those attributes through modeling that behavior, and just kind of like a mentorship, you know? And to be honest with you, extending into programming, it's not much different. What motivates me is helping someone reach their potential, whether that be through the way they view things or through an expression of, their physical bodies, and what they're capable of doing. So when I'm working with one-on-one athletes, um, I'm really big on the whole, like, this is a you and me thing. Like, this isn't just me writing programming. This is you collaborating with me, because at the end of the day, you're my best asset, So kind of getting them in on the process, and yeah, creating a connection, creating a relationship to where we trust one another and that we can move forward the best way possible together. So those are like the things that fill my cup. With both of those, they're kind of the same.
No, and it's visible. So I've watched the CrossFit thing when they came in and did some stuff on Go, and how they got to cram a camera in L's face and him talk that much was awesome. But
He
the
got a
part
little
you,
misty eyed too. You saw
oh
that?
dude,
There
look,
was a
he's got a
twinkle.
daughter. He's got a daughter. It's in there. It's
Oh
coming.
yeah.
I got two. I get wrecked often, but
I
I'm
cry all
cool
the
with it
time
now.
now. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm cool with it now. Yeah, I'm cool. They need to see it. It's okay. But the thing to me, and I'll give some flowers here, because this is like, I can listen to a garbage man talk about how much he loves recycling and picking up garbage. That's what he loves. And so
Hmm.
it's so visible, like the light that thing puts in you, like on the day to day. And like, as well as I do, if you're in it in the way you should be, there's no such thing as burnout. Because like you said, you can't look at it as a business, it's relationships, and it's
Yeah.
planting seeds in people and seeing them to the fruit. And so
Hmm.
you talking about in that video, it's all over you. And so I
I
love that,
appreciate
man.
that.
Like, yeah,
Thank you.
you can't fake the funk with those things. So I had other weird things to ask, but I love that stuff. Let me get close to the camera. And so talking about being mom and all these things, I'm a big fan of learning. Like you said, we all kind of program like L, because we all come from similar backgrounds. We all collaborate as a team. What are other things, man, that you're doing this year to learn? I think I set out this year, I had the idea to do a similar thing to what you're doing. And then I wanted to do some language stuff.
Cool.
Well, it sounds cool, but the way this brain works is I'm a big squirrel at 36
Yeah.
years old, still got the squirrel brain. So the construct of me getting some structure to beat out all this chaos has been kind of where I'm at. So we're formatting things, being consistent, and like laying plans out and all this stuff. So I've never been like a journal guy or a, sit down and write your schedule guy. I'm a big seat of the pants person, and I'm
Hmm.
cursed that I've been able to come through last minute in the clutch. And, I don't get to call it procrastinating if you hit the buzzer beater. So I've been
Yeah.
cursed by that for a long time. So shaking that off. But through this year, and kind of like, whether it's new year, new you stuff, or just like things you grow into, like, it seems like you're doing a lot of new learning. And
Hmm.
so what's that kind of look like, balancing all that with like mom life, learning life? And
Right. So, I was actually just having this discussion with someone else, and kind of what led me here. But about a year ago, it wasn't burnout, but it was, I just felt like it almost felt like I was banging my head against the wall, right? Like trying to keep my life the same. I have been a person who gets in the gym and I work out for 2 hours. I was doing programming up to about last year, very goal oriented, and a lot of what I focused on was capabilities, right? Like being able to do. And about a year ago, I just felt myself very, very stressed out. And I had this like epiphany. I even like did a whole little video on it on my Instagram, but it was like, why am I trying to live this same life that I've lived for the past like 8 to 10 years when my life itself on a daily basis is not the same? You
mm,
know, I own a business now. I'm married. I have a child. That child is growing and learning. I lead a team now, people that depend on me. And so I just had this moment, and it was like, it's kind of like we're taught to rely on discipline. But sometimes when we focus so deeply on that discipline and those habits that we've built, we don't allow ourselves the opportunity to go with the flow, so to speak, or to open up our eyes to a new perception, right?
Hmm.
Of how we can be a little bit more fluid with those goals and habits. And in a nutshell, like I said, I felt like I was hitting my head against the wall, and I just had that epiphany, and it was like, no, I need to be more fluid. So I started looking at my time and how I spent it. And I started saying, well, all the things that don't serve me, they got to go. Got to get them. I can't train for 2 hours, but I can train for 1 hour. I need to
Hmm.
start having meetings with my team and connect with them because I was just feeling stressed all over the place. So I spent all last year working on that. So this year, because I didn't have to work on that, I said, okay, I had a friend tell me, he said, everybody needs three hobbies. You need one that makes you money, one that makes you healthy, and one that boosts your creativity.
Oh,
And that really
love that.
resonated with me. And I feel like I'm a very creative person, and my affiliate does allow me to step into those avenues because I handle all the social media. Um, but I was like, man, like I've always wanted to play an instrument. My wife can play multiple instruments. She's in a band. She's so much cooler
Oh
than
no,
me.
that's
I
tough. That's
know, I
tough.
know. And then Rowan, our daughter, is like spit image of her, like loves singing, loves acting. I can tell she's probably going to be into music. So I'm like, dang, I got to do something or I'm going to be the only person in the family not in the band. And so I
You know, well, you could
decided,
be the tambourine player. You just got to play it with enthusiasm.
and we have a tambourine, but I was like, no, I've always wanted to be able to play an instrument. So this year, that's what I'm focusing on. I'm focusing on those three things: the thing that makes me money, the thing that keeps me healthy, and the thing that boosts my creativity. And what I've noticed is since I've started trying to learn how to play the guitar, because I have to practice for 15 minutes a day, that is the minimum.
Love that.
It has boosted my creativity, my focus, because if I'm sitting there and I'm not doing anything and I'm like doom scrolling or like being lazy, I go, stop, go pick up your guitar.
Hmm.
And man, I end up going and washing the dishes after or something. Like it's doing something. I love it. Next
Yeah.
year I'm going to be shredding. Right now I'm kind of
Hey,
not, but
hey, come on. Me and Jeff just had that talk, man, and this is it's kind of the same vein of stuff I was talking about. Like I think when you shift a perspective of the things you hold that are sucking life out of you, whether it's time or
mm-hmm.
energy or whatever, and you go through an audit,
Relationships. Yeah.
relationships, dude, when you go through an audit, those things, it's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's a whole bunch of leaps and bounds to be made and being okay with putting them down, especially like on the what makes me money, what keeps me creative, and what keeps me healthy.
Yeah.
Especially when like it's still hard. Maybe it's easier because you have somebody to put it down for now. I think like when I had kids, it changed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that learning curve is different for everybody. But that's kind of the perspective that I shifted. It sounds like it's similar to you because we spend all day in a gym serving people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a firm believer. I'll steal this from Ben Bergeron. I heard him say to somebody, "Hey, be careful with what you're doing today. You only have so many matches to strike." Um,
Ah, that's good.
and he's full of them.
I
Good
know.
guy, love Ben. But if you strike all your matches, man, you come home like there's no fire in you to share, right? And so
Right.
the structure for me has put me in a position like you're saying the creativity has similar that me structuring a day keeps me in a position to, and then my kind of thing this year is like don't pass up an opportunity to serve people, and whether
Mm-hmm.
that's like anywhere, walk by stuff at the house, dishes need to be done, stuff, anything, right?
Right.
And I've never been like a person to like seek those things out. I do them,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that shift to where the perspective is like, I'm not going to pass this up. It makes you more excited about it.
Yeah.
My
You feel
my
you
lady
feel good
now,
about yourself.
yeah, you feel good. Well, you feel good about like at the end of the day, like even if you don't knock off everything on your list, the things you have done, whether they were on the list or not, being intentional about those things, and maybe that's the theme of it is intentionally serving.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of like said the thing that makes you money, that's been like huge for filling my cup, and like that's what I messaged the other day. I was like, how bad those fingers hurt because I tried to do guitar during
Yeah.
COVID. I learned 4 songs. I stopped
Oh
for 2 weeks.
shoot.
I stopped for 4 weeks or 2 weeks. Forgot everything. Like I'd gotten past like sore fingers, and it was when like I used these headphones. Actually, these are Skull Candies Go Hard, but it would tune your guitar, and it would teach you. Now, do I know how to read music or strum patterns? No, never. But I could do that app, and like if I hit the
Yeah.
right thing, and it would like scare the piss out of you with the sound it
Ding.
made
Yeah.
if you messed up. Yeah, it was so bad. But I felt so cool. But like, where are you practicing if your lady's in a band and you like surely you're in the closet like you better not be listening to me mess this up.
So she's actually a good sport about it because I'll say, "Hey, I got to practice my guitar." And at first, she was roasting me a good amount. She's like,
Got
"Ooh,"
to.
like, and it's not, she wasn't saying it out loud, but I'd catch her face, and she'd be
Oh
like
yeah.
doing all that,
Wait, what
and
does
then
she play?
so she plays acoustic guitar. She can play the piano. She plays a
Oh, she's a musician for
harmonica.
real. That's
Yeah, it's just
disgusting.
in her blood, and she can
Make
just
me
like
sick.
her dad actually taught her over the phone. And it's
Wow.
nuts. She's just gifted. She's just.
Wow.
I'm not even trying to say. I thought this before I dated her. Like she's a special girl. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know how I ended up with her, but I'll take it. But
Hey
yeah, no,
man,
she's
that's it.
cool. Yeah. But anywho, yeah, she roasted me a little bit, but now she's starting to say like, "Oh, that was a nice C note," and I'm like, "Okay," because she's not
Okay,
watching
girl.
my hands, so she
Yeah.
hears it and she can tell I was playing C. So I was like, "All right, we're making strides."
That's nuts.
Yeah,
Being able to hear it. Ooh, good. You know
right. She was
what?
like, "That was a good C," and I was like, "That was a C."
You're right, girl. Let me teach you something.
Yeah,
Going from A to C or G to C, whichever one's the big jump, that made me quit.
yeah.
And
I'm
then
in
like,
chords in C right now, so like G over B, F, E major.
what do they tell you? Like it's like three. If you learn these three chords, you know basically every song almost. It's like
Well, if
G
you go on
C.
Guitar Tab or whatever
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
called, I think it's like E major, D, G, and C.
G
And you
C
can
E.
pretty
Yep.
much, yeah, you can pretty much play anything, like
You can play every
Wonderwall.
sad country song ever, and then you can
Yeah,
play Calling Baton Rouge.
right.
Um, so we're both super CrossFit old, and so we never get to dive into this. Give me like Amber's top favorite year of the Open, favorite season, and it can be like based on personal performance, gym performance, whatever. Favorite season you've been through, and then as an affiliate owner, favorite version of the Open since we're going into like a whole new setup
Okay.
again.
For personal, my favorite year was 2016. As an athlete, I just had a lot of breakthrough moments.
Mm,
I think it's 2016. That was the year we did 10 power snatches, 3 bar muscle ups
yes,
for 7 minutes.
you're
And the
correct.
reason why it really stands out to me is because there's two parts to being an athlete. Like, it's really good to know yourself, right? It's really good to know yourself because you get into the competition side of it and you know when to stop and you know when to start. You know how long you need to break. You know you need to break this up, all that. But there's also limiters to that, just like we talked about earlier with like discipline. Like you lose that go with the flow because you're so narrow focus. And I feel the same about athletes. And you notice this especially as a coach now. But that year, I my max unbroken bar muscle up was 2. I had never done 3 before. And so going into it, I was like, all right, I'm going to go muscle snatch really fast. And then I'm going to do fast singles because realistically, like I can only do 2 unbroken. And then literally right before, and Elle was like, yeah, fast singles, you know, do it like that because that's smart. And then right before the workout, I was like, you know what?
Toss it.
Every it's 7 minutes. Every single time I jump up there, I'm gonna do as many bar muscle ups as I can.
As we do, as we
Yeah.
do.
And dude, I think I did 5 or 6 rounds of 3 unbroken. Like
That's awesome.
I'm like in the midst of the workout going like, holy shit, dude, you're doing it. You're doing it. And I was like gassed out after. There's like a picture of me laying on the floor. Lindsay's over me and she's like high-fiving me. And I just remember laying there in so much pain, thinking like, hell yeah. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
I was just
Yeah.
so proud of myself. And it was because I took a chance. So that was my favorite year as an athlete. My favorite open, just as a collective, was probably last year. Um, Not from a programming standpoint. I didn't hate the workouts by any means, but man, my gym rocked it. Everybody got involved. It was cool because CrossFit like did a video on us. Like we had so many it really brought the emotion out of
Mm.
everyone. Like everybody was being like weirdly vulnerable, but like openly. And it was
But
just
yeah,
like you
I
could,
think you realize what a big deal what you're doing there is when they come in and do that stuff. And I miss that,
yeah,
right? We talked about
God,
that.
yeah.
Like when they stick cameras in affiliates and they show like feet on ground things, like CrossFit
Hmm.
Games is sexy and I love it. Don't get I live in both worlds. I've loved it for years. And that's what like feet on ground wants to open everybody up, right? Because now it's two ways. We're being vulnerable
Yeah.
now. You're okay to be that.
Yeah. It was, man, it was just so cool. I feel like everybody got closer. You know, every gym has you have a community and then you have your core community. Your core
Mm-hmm.
community is like the people that if you fall on hard times like COVID, like they're not canceling their memberships.
Yep.
You know, like they're like, no, we're in this together. Like, how can I help? Like that is your core group. They show up to everything. They're always there. My core group grew. Like more people became invested after last year's open. And I do think CrossFit helped with that by doing that video because a lot of people are like, hell yeah, that's exactly how I feel about Go. And we all got to share that together. So that was really, really awesome. Second, the worst open, the open that I didn't like the most was the one, whichever one we did, shuttle runs and thruster after the shuttle run. I did not enjoy that year. I didn't enjoy the programming.
Oh, wait. You're talking about thruster, shuttle run, burpee pull up into max thruster?
Hmm.
Two years ago. Yeah.
I did not love it. I didn't love it for a couple of reasons. The thing I loved about it is that a lot of people could RX the workouts and that really boosted morale. I did
Same. Yeah,
like that
love
part
that.
of it.
Love and hate that because those workouts are gross.
Right. As an affiliate owner, I didn't love it because I was like, man, like I'm very fortunate to have the space that I have. And it even put a strain on me, like trying to figure that out. So
Always.
I didn't really enjoy that
Yeah.
much, but you know, you take it for what it is.
I think my favorite year, first year I ever got to like see it be a big deal was at CrossFit Maximus in 2015. They had
Hmm.
had a games team 2014 previously. I'm just coming in July, like right out of regionals, getting a solid 22nd in South Central, which you remember is like the Texas regional.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, dude, I thought I'd gotten like sixth in the open that year in our region, which, it's like I don't know. I have a lot of horrible things I can say about being the real fit in that region, but
In 2015, was that the one where you did the AMRAP with like deadlift, snatch, toes to bar, and then you
yeah,
had a
into
clean
the clean and jerk.
complex?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I got a picture of me in that workout, and you can just see the anger.
I got a picture of me and my hands are like this. I look like I'm at the
I'm like,
Krusty
ugh,
Krab and I'm
yeah,
Mr.
I'm like
Krabs.
so angry. Yeah.
Well, that was when I had knew, because back in the day, dude, I worked with for some of my best friends. We're still good friends. And the company, we were about setting yourself on fire. And by
Mm,
God, we were good at the open, but we'd get to those longer time domains and different, volume and densities at regionals. It
yeah.
would kind of be a different story unless you were a certain person. But we were good for that. So I was a turn and burn brother person even then. And that was the first time I'd gotten around some smarter athletes than myself. Like maybe they weren't as fit, but they were smarter and craftier. Like Chris Walker, who is the older guy at the YMCA that'll come drop 40 on you in a pickup game after you pick him up last.
God,
But
pick up basketball. Ugh, so good.
that year was like profound. And it's probably why I'm still doing the things I'm doing. Like you're saying, like doing it at a high level, but being in an affiliate setting. Like I'd never been to a Friday Night Lights where 100 people showed up, dude. And that gym was a
Yeah.
monster at the time. And I haven't been back in a while, but and I'm sure they're still thriving. But that was the first year I got to go. And I think like my favorite format, and I hate to say it, but I really loved 3 weeks, break, quarterfinals for what you're saying as an affiliate guy. Like 5 weeks,
Yeah.
if you're a manager, head coach, boy, getting people in there 4 and 5 is rough. Like I got to all but say,
Yeah.
like,
Four and five
I
is
got
rough.
money. I got money for you. You come in here,
Yeah.
I'll throw cash at you. But
Yeah.
3 little gap, I'm making
Three is like
much
a
of.
peak.
Oh, so good. That was the peak, and then it falls off. But the reload, dude, and how excited you're able to get people for quarterfinals. And then
Hmm.
like I feel like it cut down the separation of like, hey, you qualify for regionals or semifinals. Everybody else kind of goes back to whatever. It kept everybody engaged through the whole season.
Yeah.
And I saw that at two different gyms at Westwood in Fort Worth and then at Tupelo in Mississippi. And so I'll be interested to see how they do it this year. I'm sure you guys are going to plan, which sounds like you're leading
Yeah.
your team in an awesome way and being present and direct and having things like that. So hats off again for like the
Thanks.
professionalism. Well, dude, you know as well as I do, it's not a thing at a lot of places,
Yeah. Not
right?
every, well, and some people run their gyms for many different reasons,
I do.
you
I do.
know? So.
Yep. Loving on people is always the thing, I feel like,
for
and
sure.
it's, as big as you want it to be. But yeah, I'll be interested to see how it goes. Are you guys doing like recreational quarterfinals? That's what we're going to end up doing here at CrossFit Madison.
So, from my understanding, the affiliate cup is the replacement for the quarterfinals,
Yep.
right? So route now it's like you just make it, and then it's up to the gym to put on the event.
Yeah.
I haven't looked into it. That's what we're going to talk about today.
The
I'm
details were
thinking
dope.
about Okay, I'm thinking about reaching out to. We have another local affiliate. They're a 15-year affiliate as well, and I think I'm going to say like, hey Andrew, over he's at Red Stick.
Yep. Love those
Let's
people.
let's combine. Let's combine.
Yep.
That way, you're getting some new blood in there. Because the
People
thing
go
is like,
crazy.
yeah, because you're going to get broken into levels. Well,
Hmm.
I might only have like three people at a certain level. So if we can
Yep.
invite, and then you're going to have a bottleneck where you have a bunch of people at one level, right?
Yep.
So it's like if we can get some of their higher level athletes and stuff involved, I think it would make it more fun and it would give it that competition pressure because
Yeah.
pressure makes diamonds, right? And
Oh,
there's a reason why we do things crazy, like we do 5 rounds of 3 unbroken muscle ups,
yep.
and
Suck it,
it's
L. I'm going.
because, yeah, I'm sending it. So, and it's that pressure and rising to the occasion. So maybe we can like recreate that somehow by teaming up.
Yeah.
We'll
I
see.
oddly know a few people from Red Stick. They got some really good athletes. But
They always
they
have.
well, and so I guess the cool thing here is like the Sarah Hayes is the lady that owns our gym and also most of the gyms in Alabama. And so well, it's funny you say that. So she puts on Battle of the Boxes where all her like sister gyms, it's a come throw down. You bring
Mhm.
X amount of people or as many people as you want. And I shot it this year. It's like right when I came on. The place was packed and they were
Yeah.
nuts. And so we're going to do some kind of recreational open thing where it's a similar to what you're saying, like get kind of like Battle of the Boxes, get everybody in house. Whoever the host gym is, she rotates it through because I mean it's kind of scattered between like North and mid Alabama. So and they do a really good job with it, man. And it's been cool to kind of step into because like you know, they have it going. I'm just an easy
Yeah.
insert to take cool
Maybe I'll
pictures.
reach out to her for some advice because I've never, we've always done in-house competitions, and when I do competitions, it's really like competition style. I'm not doing
Yep.
judges. There's
Yeah.
no winner. We're just getting together and we're going to work out way more than usual and we're going to have
Oh
fun.
yeah. Oh no, I'll
I
take a
don't,
show together because they do all
That'd
that
be cool.
judges and the
Perfect.
whole.
Yeah. I would love that.
Yeah. I think they used Competition Corner actually. They did like the
Oh,
whole
wow.
deal.
They're like into it, doing it.
Yeah. Well, she was so her and we've been in the same market, right? I was an Iron Tribe for a little while. Um, she's like the big bad wolf in Alabama, which in a good
Hmm.
way. I mean, she is very business minded, very like, hey, this is the experience we're delivering, which I love, right? Like I've been a development person and all that. So I appreciate it when you don't have to come in and like punch people in the face with it because that's exactly how they take it if you haven't been doing
Yeah.
it. But very business minded, very like, hey, loving on people is the name of this game. Here are these things we provided them for them to engage in, whether they want to or not. But it was packed from every range of athletes, and they've got some pretty good ones.
Hmm.
But I mean, from Birmingham to here, dude, like, and we're right under Tennessee. Like, I mean, it's packed out, so I'll hit you with it. She
Yeah, that's
has
cool.
judges, and like, it's everybody. So if you don't want to be involved as an athlete, you can get involved as a judge
Right.
or pit crew, to change stuff out. But I mean, none of the workouts are insane, but in this one, hell, you don't have to come up with them. So
Yeah,
it'll be
for
cool.
sure.
So the boat's not full though. Amber Leonard's still taking on athletes, or where are we at?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I'll work with anybody who wants to work with me. If you're looking for a coach that's pretty hands-on, highly supportive, lots of feedback, then I'm kind of your gal. I really love working with someone who is not just, again, I don't believe in extreme volume. I
Same.
just like my personal life, not everything is worth my time. I'm going to spend my time working on the nuggets that give me the most reward. And I believe that programming should be the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I also believe heavily in like injury prevention. So, as someone who's been doing CrossFit for 15 years, I've had my fair share of injury, and I've worked very closely with Delta Physical Therapy, who's right beside us, and I've learned a lot from them. And so I incorporate a lot of strength and stability training. So for athletes who have also been experiencing those redundant injuries. I like working with people like that, finding loopholes around it. So I'm not for everybody, but I'm definitely for somebody.
Oh, come on, man.
So, oh, that's a one-liner. Yeah, look at
I'll be
me.
like, I'm a one-liner
So
guy.
hip.
It'll get you. That's right. That's it. We're so TikToky. Before it gets banned, we'll be out. No, but that's awesome, man. So people can find you on Instagram. Is it just Amber Leonard, Coach Amber Leonard, Amber
That's
Leonard
me.
Fitness Inspiration?
That's right. No, it's
Is
just
it? Is
Amber.
it?
It's underscore Amber Leonard underscore.
There you go. And then the Instagram's in there for Go CrossFit if you guys want to check that out. Serious affiliate. And look, if you dig this shirt, don't sleep on this embroidery, baby. This is Comfort Colors long
That's that
sleeve
high
tees.
level right there. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was pleasantly surprised when this thing came in. If you
I know.
guys
I
see,
love mine.
oh, I loved everything we got. And I'm like hot nature,
Hmm.
so I don't need a real coat ever.
Right.
But if you dig any of this, brutetraining.com, might be some little nuggets in there. You got a puppy? That dog can have a brute collar. You need a little sippy cup?
Oh,
We got that too.
wow.
So
I didn't
check
even
that
know
out,
that.
man. Brute Training. You can hit them up one-on-one coaching, sign-ups, consultations, get on the phone with Amber or somebody. Find somebody that fits
Hmm.
with you. Dude, thanks for coming. Have a good rest of your day. And also, if you sign up with Amber, she sends you a personalized guitar, acoustic guitar, happy birthday every
Totally. I'm
week.
gonna
So
serenade you. Every
that's
time
it.
you PR,
That's
you
it.
get your own little ditty. So,
Lots of,
and look, we're also going to be out at
but no diddy.
Wadapalooza, but no ditty. We are going to be out at Wadapalooza, and we have a little event out there. So, if you're going to be in Miami next week, hit us up. We'll be out there.
Yeah, it's that downtown strength conditioning, right? Was that what we landed
Hmm.
on? Very
Yep.
cool. Good spot. If you went I went 2 years ago. Sick space, very sick space, and even more so, easier to walk to from Bayfront. If that's even where they're having it this year, I haven't checked because I'm not going, but Amber's going to be there.
I will be there,
Um,
and it's on South
that's
Beach,
it.
so it's like actually on the beach this year.
Yeah, that's sick. So cool. All right, guys, this is another episode of Brute Podcast, man. Check it out on Spotify if you can't watch it and see our pretty faces on this bad boy, but we'll see you next time.
Bye. All
Yeah.
right, we did it.